Good afternoon, everybody. It's that time again. I have unbox. So this box looks to find some magic stuff. Yes. Right. In here we have an absolute brick of cards. Starting, of course, with everyone's favourite card, Sadness. It's on the stack and it resolves. There's the goose. It's the best goose in all the land. Specifically. And of course, some fluff. Can't have a good trader card order without fluff in it. I'm gonna try and look at this box so I can put the cards back in it. Right, how am I gonna get into this without all the cards spilling out? That's always the game every single time I have a new order of stuff. Right. Yeah. There we are. So of course we have the one and only Sadness. We have my Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. I had another copy of this because I needed it for... I actually needed a Nykthos for another project. I need it for mono white, basically. We have some custom One Piece Dawn. And also, now that I'm thinking about it, I've also changed the card back to something a bit more funny, more Untitled Goose-like. Yeah. I still need to sort the borders out a little more than that, but I think it's fine. It's goose, yes. We have Healer's Hawk. And some Pizza Tower Dawn, because I thought that was funny. I have Helm of the Toast. I have my version of Urza's Power Plant. I'm going to do a couple more different ones of these for Mega Man related things. For my Tron deck. I say Tron, it's just Artifact, but obviously any good Artifact deck runs the Tron. Untethered Express. Actually, now that I have it in physical card form, it actually looks a lot better than I thought it would. Finally adding in Kaikar, the proper commander, that should really be in the commander slot for the deck, but it's not bird enough. It's a nerd. We have Cloudfin Raptor, the strong goose with the arms. What's that, arms? Some joke thing I made, which is kind of more proof of concept. Ghostbusters, dee-dee-doo-doo, dee-dee-dee. So I called the Ghostbusters Ghostbuster Man. Chibi Skrelev, I attempt at Chibi Skrelev. A tiny lad. He's a good boy. Getaway car. There's a little red line set thing. We have Enka pondering the orb. We're doing a ponder. Some of the Pizza Face, sorry, the Pizza Tower secret lair type stuff. Master of the Tower, so on there. These are all plant tokens. So we have, oh no, thank you, little pair of clippers for making that skew with and making it fall off. The mushroom guy, the cheese topping, the pineapple topping, sausage topping, tomato topping. Well, I felt a bit thicker than the other ones, that's a bit weird. I'm gonna have to adjust my my binder so much for all this new stuff. Command Tower, Pepperman, who is Phylath, yeah. Pepino, who is Samut, because I wanted it to be white, green. I wanted it to be red, green, white, basically. So we have Pepino. I have my Pizza Tower Soul Ring. Just someone's eaten all the pizza except the crust for some reason. I have my version of Ulamog for Twilight Thorn, as I wanted my funny, weird, exile-based zombies deck to have at least one Eldrazi Titan in it. Because I feel like nobodies and Eldrazi are kind of very similar kind of camps. They're both things that should not exist from beyond the planes. Palace Familiar, because it's bird. The Noise is Jaxus the Troublemaker. I figured that kind of makes somewhat sense in a Hasty Things deck, since he does have Blitz. We have Rally the Ranks as Honk. We have a few copies of Yorion, because I also have a Yorion Commander deck that is separate to my Goose deck, which is all about ETB effects. We have our Pride of the Clouds as a feline goose on a little washing machine. And my Urza as Adventures Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik. Snooping as usual, I see. I've made some more spam, 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 lovely spam, lovely spam, lovely spam, 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 spam. This Mustang, there's Ardar Express, Eldorado as Fleetwheel Cruiser, Crash Through for Pizza Tower stuff, Aggravated Assault as the Peppino going like Mach 3, different version of Custom Dawn, specifically sort of designed more for red decks and kind of based on the same sort of the Red Leader kind of background, vaguely. We have some Naturalize for our Twitch deck, Augury Owl for the Geese, Secret Area as our Cultivate for Pizza Towers things, Cheese Dragon as Savage Venmo as Cheese Dragon. As while it doesn't necessarily fit the... I mean, it kind of does fit the theme as hasty things, because you give it haste, you get the mana back for it near enough instantly. So it's kind of a... In a hasty things deck, it's kind of a free spell, which is kind of terrifying. Arcane Signet in Pizza Tower style. Spot the Jokes. Another version of Peppino, this is one of the transformations, as Eomer from the Lord of the Rings set. Again, it's an extra combat spell, basically. It's an extra combat creature. Training Center, which is one of the Bond lands. And now this time I put in brackets Bond, so I know it's a Bond land. So, and now I start doing that with little lands as kind of a just land reminder text. Tyrite Sanctum, because goose things. This should be the goose deck finished at this point as well. Addy Sport Quattro, Goliath Truck, which was one of the Warhammer ones. The Fort Sierra is the Renegade Traitor. We have the Ford Fiesta World Championship as Horde Hauler. Yeah, I did another stupid set of car stuff as well. Subaru. There's a Bomat Bazaar barge. Silent Submersible is the Citroen C4 WRC. This will probably be one of those sets that kind of evolves over time as I get more actual WRC versions of things, and as the deck itself improves and better vehicles come out. Cultivator's Caravan. Cultivator's Caravan is probably one of those that will probably stay in. The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, of course, because that's very funny to me. There's a Demolition Stomper, which actually won me a game quite recently. We have a pilot for my vehicles deck based on the main character Highway 35. Again, proof of concept. I might actually do an art of this myself at some point, so watch that space. This is the other version of Custom Dawn I did for yellow, well, designed for yellow decks, based on that design. We have Creepworm as just a 2/2 shade token. This is for, I think, Volrath's Laboratory. There's one that specifically makes 2/2 versions of things. I think it's Volrath's. So you declare a type and the color, and then it makes a 2/2 of that creature. So Volrath's is something that will be going in the Shades deck because there aren't really enough shades in general, and there's not really no good shades, so the lab kind of has to crutch for it. And since these don't have the ability of regular shades, I figured, well, why not make them, the Creepworm from 3.5 Days, which is like one of the weakest Heartless of all time, even weaker than regular Shadows. The Heartless Insignia. It's, of course, Funeral Charm. A Bottomless Darkness from This is a reference to Coded, one of the cards in Coded, Recover of Darkness. Recover of Darkness is pretty good, giving everything fear. And then we have Soldier for Looming Shade. Again, it's just a shade, but Air Pirate. The Bouncy Wild. I wanted to do this as... I can't do all of these as full arts, so... yeah. But it's potentially a free spell, which in shades is actually kind of good. And you'll note with this time, we have the custom heart-shaped symbol. We have Aristotzkan Command for Cryptic Command. Just another stupid meme card I added. A larger version of the Shapeshifter I did. I had this as a concept when I did the first one. This is for the 3-2 ones that I think Black Market Connections makes. And it's a Jiggly Mountain, not Jiggly Mountain, it's a Ditto Mountain. And there's a little goose in a tree. And let's have a 1-1 human token. It's a friend! It's a friend! Unclaimed Territory, I did another in-game screenshot type thing, similar to Path. Again, I might do an art for this at some point. I figured the pub makes most sense as Unclaimed Territory, because that's the place you actively get kicked out of in the game. High Sandals of Arishan is a bunch of raiders. I did a very Fallout-themed joke here. You can kind of see the Lucky 38 in the background, very vaguely. And there's a mini nuke, sort of lodged in the ground. We have Ultra Goose Captain, there's Kangi's Lieutenant. I tried to do like a big battle cruiser shadow in the background there, ready to do an Exterminatus on something. Yeah, this was actually a lot of fun to draw. And of course we have Goose Homies, the Goose Homie emo that I did. I just did another rendition of it for Wingmate Rock, which will be going in the deck. Our Goosed Soul Ring, which is the bell that gets knocked out of the tower. I did that promo style, so I thought that kind of made more sense. Now, Arcane Signet as the one of many no geese signs. I wonder who that's for. I'm aware I reused this flavor text, but it really... I think it's fine to reuse it. And then we have Azorius Signet as the crown that you can get if you do every single task in the game. And again, with the backs of those, I kind of did similar to the old border Signet style from that secret lair I picked up. We have a copy of Shut, because we need Shut. Some more negates, because I'm actually putting a copy of those, some of those into the actual deck. Artificer's Assistant. Here's a bird, he's helping. Yeah, the symbol at the top is kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to Urza's Saga. Because he kind of does historic things, and artifacts are historic, and old cards are historic in a different way. Wingspan Mentor, it's the bit from the pub where the goose flaps his wings, except he's teaching another goose how to get flour. Ignore the fact that this is human. Disallow for countering shit. Yeah, I wonder who that's for. Mirror March, it makes tokens. They do get exiled in the damage step, but like at the end of the end step. But I figure that's kind of fine when we want to be copying a lot of things anyway. Enlightened Tutor to search for things. Song of the World Soul to make copies of things. Now, if I'm right, if I use it on a thing that gets mirror marched, the copies made with this don't get exiled, as it doesn't say the mirror march doesn't say these tokens have quotes. So I think that works. I have Teshar, so a goose. Me Teshar, yes. I wasn't sure what to do for clerics, so I did that. We have Guai as the Monogusa. It's because it's a bird noble. That's like the only noble I know, like the Mona Lisa. That'll do. That's funny. And I guess I wanted to do like my own haha Mona Lisa funny joke anyway. We have Gandalf the Ghost. You shall not honk. Donnell, Herald of Wings, except it's Donald. Again, I wanted to run this because of the effect, but I thought, you know what, his name is Donnell, so you know what? He is now Donald. But you can see in the background of this, we have references to my Thurmingbird, my Yorion, my Kangi that I did, the Aristotskan, what's his name? Avon Mind Sensor, Akeem the Soaring Wind, and you can just kind of see that that's my, not Ujitai, the one that gets bigger, Goose. Well, I did Goose the Massive, you know, my Kaiju Goose, because it's kind of hovering over a building. And of course, Sleepy Donald in the stained glass window style from Kingdom Hearts. Soulcatcher's area is unfilled bird grave. Fill the grave of the bird, yes. We have Slick Shot show off one of the new cards. The big iron on his hip. Big iron. This one I'm quite proud of. We have the Warren of Eos Isle. The honking goose of... It's the Goose of Ra, Sphere Mode. And I did my own, I mean, admittedly quite repeating hieroglyphics of stupid things. One of them is loss, because of course it is. I couldn't think of what else to do. I was like, you know what, it's orb. Fuck it. Fuck it, we orb. I may have printed a lot of spam, 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 lovely spam, lovely spam, lovely spam, spam. Hold up. The cards are falling again. I've done more of these as well, of my Phyrexianized lands, because I'm finishing up my old border deck, as you might see in a second. So, I actually don't think I need that many lands we have. Some of these are from NPC fill, so like Fathom Mage is from NPC fill. I kind of like the way that the artist on NPC fill did basically put it outside the borders as well. That's pretty cool. Karn's Bastion. Ooh. Lux Cannon. Anything with the Phyrexian looking symbol, I believe, is that particular version of the Phyrexian symbol. It's stuff I've done all bordered up myself. So I can't claim whatever they are, but I can be like, well, I have sorted out making these old border because for some reason they haven't been made old border yet. I think we need like Phyrexia or like Mirrodin remastered. Can you imagine Mirrodin remastered? Old border version of Varla Hullclad, which will replace my commander. Old border Devoted Druid, which again I'm surprised I haven't done yet. Even as like, you know, a secret lair. Simic Ascendancy, someone else did this, but I think it's pretty cool. Azuri, someone did this. It's like a fusion of new and old. So it has the newer legendary type, you know, topping, I guess. And slightly newer boxes, but it's still the old border kind of style, which is nice. Old border Rat Storm that somebody did. I think it's pretty cool. Evolution Sage. This one's really nice, actually. Some of these that some people did, because they have the original set watermark, which I think is cute. We have the Ever-Flowing Chalice. Wreck Tower. It's just absolutely necessary in a deck where you're drawing a bunch of cards. Old Border Negate. Tezzeret's Gambit. This is the Steady Progress. Yeah, I think a lot of these got added to NPC full after I started doing my old bordering of things. Because I think I was doing my old bordering of things just as I think Phyrexian OE1 came out. Essence Capture. And since then, people actually started building those decks. So people started building Old Border. It's nice. Prologue to Phyresis. I think that looks really good in Old Border Prologue. Arcane Spyglass. I didn't see another version of it on NPC Phil, so I had to do my own one. Probably because no one thinks to play this, because they look at the first effect and like, I'm not sacking a land. But look at the bottom effect. If you can proliferate a lot, you get more draw. The Vulcan Infuser can also help with that to start Arcane Spyglass off. Fabrication module gives you a plus and plus counter on every time you get energy. Guess what? You can proliferate both of those things. Conscientious plan, contentious plan, conscientious. I don't know how you pronounce it. Vivisurgent Insight. This person made it with the actual proper Phyrexia Obi-Wan symbol. Tanglepool Bridge, I think, looks really nice, an old border here. Sphere of the Suns actually might wind up getting taken out. I might be stupid in that regard. Because I realized that unless I can untap it, and even though I go to, there are just signets and soul rings and stuff that are just better. Bloom Hulk, that's what I had to do. Canker Blooms. Majoring Network looks really nice as an old borderland here. Relic Amulet's one I had to do. Again, I'm not like hugely sold on this one, but it is potentially removal against, it's potentially creature removal was my idea. And running removal is important, especially if I can do it more than once. Simic Signet will probably be what replaces the thing, as it is a Signet. This is just a straight up better mana rock, I think. Yes, I can't add any color, but I mean it adds the 2 colors I need anyway. Tainted Observer, a bird. Smell Fear. I can't remember. Yeah, because this was Modern Horizons 1. One of the Modern Horizons I think had old border stuff, and then Modern Horizons 2 had the weird sketch cards. It was like one of the Modern Horizons. Maybe it's the other way around. Expand the Sphere, because it's necessary. Urban Daggentooth, he is a boy. Naturalize, you might wonder why Naturalize in there. There's probably better options, and you're probably right, but I don't know. For now, I'm putting in Naturalize. Pantad Prism is just another mana rock that could potentially... This is important, as even though it's one of those you put and take the counters off of, I mean, you only do it initially because of Sunburst, because you don't have to tap it to do it, this and Gemstone Array are actually very important cards for the deck, because you can put and take off. We have Heliophile. This is potentially a win con if you can get this really high up in terms of things. You can potentially just straight up Aether Flux somebody with this. Just, yeah, get up to 40 odd counters, sack it, deal 40 damage to someone's face, and kill them instantly. Feel for the cause of the counterspell, don't know what else to say about that. Plain White Celebration just goes off. For some reason, I didn't have Tekuthal in the deck yet, so I've rectified that. Cord Tapper is also another Vidalcan Infuser type card that you can potentially sack for 2 more emergency ones. Shrine of Loyal Allegiance makes a bunch of Vlads, which turns on Gaia's Cradle, and also just, gives you a bunch of things for going wide. I forgot to make Phyrexian Myr tokens. That's one thing I forgot to do. Guild Pact Informant. I'm not, again, sold on this, but I don't have that... Well, I felt I don't have quite enough proliferating stuff, and this does proliferate. We have Casimina. Casimina's hilarious. Casimina does funny things. Jace Living Guild Pact. I know he's like the worst one, but you will be ulting him a lot in Proliferate. And basically saying to your opponent, fuck you, don't have a hand anymore, especially if like otherwise had a really big hand, if they're like in a draw cards deck. And you get to draw 7 in a Proliferate deck where you have a bunch of mana and want to cast as many things as possible once you start going off to try and speed up the game, because you have 50 odd fucking mana. Jace Living Guild Pact is actually kind of useful in that regard. Shark to Crab can potentially tap down a whole bunch of things. Energy Chamber is another Vidalcan Infuser type thing that can also put counters on artifact creatures. That first part doesn't come up very often, but when it does, it's actually quite useful. Throne of Geth, you can sack things like your Phyrexian Mirrors that you've made and things like that. Your Golem tokens to proliferate. Phyrexian Beast, same kind of thing. You can sack your snacks and things that you make to proliferate. Merfolk Skydiver is it puts plus muscle counters on things, and it's a secondary substitute for Viral Drake. It's redundant for Viral Drake. Costs 1 more, but again, if and when you start going off, if you have Tekuthal and something in play, and two, Pentad Prism thingy, this basically costs 1. If you have this and say, I don't know if I put it in here yet, but Druid's Repository, you can just go infinite proliferate. Pollen Bright Druid, or like Devoted Druid as well. If it has a blossom counter on it. Pollen Bright, it proliferates, and it can also put plus and plus ones and things in a pinch. Orochi Hatchery, Mixneck. Contagious Vorak, again, he's not that great, but he can. Worst case scenario, he gets you a land if you need it. Best case, well, if he gets you a land if you need it, and he can proliferate if you don't. So if you're desperate for, if you're only in green and you find a blue off of him, you can take the land rather than proliferating. And he's at least a 3/3 for 3. Dustshell Crawler, again, I'm not sure on this one because I'm not going fully into plus and plus on counter type strats. However, each creature you roll plus and plus 1 on counter has trample. With stuff like Fathom Mage in the late game, Duskshell Crawler becomes a win con, as it allows you to potentially kill off of your very big creatures like Shark to Crab and Fathom. I did some old border. We have some old border snakes. So somebody did this snake because for some reason there isn't a 1/1. For all the tones I have that are snakes are 1/1s with Death Touch. I did the old border citizen because there isn't an old border citizen that's all colors. I made this, even though I'll probably never pick the citizen mode for Plainwide Celebration. They're there because the deck can make them. And I forgot to add Phyrexian Mirrors to this because I'm an idiot. Because I have some versions of the Golem. So we have the 3/3 Golem, type 1. A different version of the old border 3/3 Golem. Sand Silos, because I forgot to put it in. That was a rare. Hollow Trees, Saprazen Cove, and Rushwood Grove for our storage lands, which should have been in the deck from day 1, but I forgot because I'm an idiot. And a copy of Hot Pursuit for Cardur because when you get down to 1 player left, you really need that secondary effect. I picked up a Demonic Tutor for Cardur so I can search for Hot Pursuit. Pretty much almost entirely for Hot Pursuit, so I'm going to have some tea. Hot Pursuit's very important. Grim Tutor, again, to search. Pretty much just for Hot Pursuit. I printed off some more robot tokens because I don't really want to buy another copy of the deck or collector booster packs or buy more of the tokens. They're not double-sided in this case. I guess I could have made them double-sided, but I couldn't be bothered. But robot tokens for my Mr. House. Well, for Mr. House that's currently in my dice rolling deck. He may become the commander for that once I start changing things. Vexing Puzzle Box for that as well. Xorn. This is Academy Manufacturer. I went with someone's rendition of a Warhammer styled one because I thought that was funny to universally be on as much as possible. EDE because I don't want to get a second copy of it because it's also good in the deck it actually comes from. Skirton Squadron, same problem. I had some copies. So we have this copy. We have I forget its name, the Yu-Gi-Oh one. This one's good because it has a bird in the art. I don't think they did this as this art. We have Ancient Copper Dragon in the old-fashioned style D&D art. Again, that's going in the Mr. House deck eventually, as his effect does things with treasure, so it will have a small treasure sub-theme. I have a Warhammer-themed copy, I'm pretty sure. Another Warhammer-themed copy. I think this might have actually been from the Commander decks. A dinosaur-type copy. The he just like me for real meme copy. Ancient Gold Dragon as Winged Dragon of Ra. It didn't have an old border, like old D&D style one, so I went for the Universe Beyond version because I think that's funny. Or Universe Beyond styled version. We have Mondrak, but as Orden Cassius, because again, they didn't have an old border, they didn't have like a D&D style funny thing, so I did that. Steel Overseer, I think from a different deck. I think it's from the Energy Command deck. And I'm not buying a whole deck or trying to buy an annoying single. And again, I forgot this version was in there. And it's a secure return. Chaos Renegade as Dockside. That's quite funny. Chaos Knight as Roaming Throne. I did some more Enlightened Tutors as they might go in other decks. Hang on, just sorting things out. Clown Robot. And then some proof of concept clown robots from the official game, and of course the titular animation. This is why I wanted to make clown robots the deck, okay? This meme is why I wanted to make fucking what's her name? Pietra Clowns. I still don't know how I'm gonna make the clown deck. I might have to make it Mr. House again and just go like robot sub-theme or robot typal, mostly trying to focus on clowns. Look, they made clown an official card type, okay? It's a type that a card could be. Clown is funny. Grave Endeavor, it rolls dice. It's not a D20, but a D10 is fine for activating Mr. House ability. It's another proof of concept clown robot, again from the same stupid funny animation. I thought it was funny. Another proof of concept. Yippee! That's Mothman. Yippee! 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 I'm waking my neighbors. We have some mountains, some anchor mountains. We have Pride Mountain. My stupid version of Guy's Cradle with the spider cat. Some murders. Anchor Stabby. Some Watchers of the Web. Some faithless looting. Doing a crime, yes. We do crimes. The absolute Gigachant Arasta. Absolute Gigachant. This one was actually one you might recognize in the first order, but I've actually, reboarded it and everything properly, so it doesn't look weird now. I have some forests, the Clown Spider Cat Forest, and some swamps for the deck. And since I have some space, I made some more snack, some more golem. I forgot that I need to do the 9/9 golem as well, so here's this is one of the Ixalan golems, but I thought that the artwork piece would lend itself to an old border style golem. I wish I could figure out how to do like a full art token, because this text box isn't necessary, but oh well. And then I had some space, I had some more robots. Because I needed more robots. Right. Anyway, yes, that's everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Don't forget that sadness is very much on the stack, and it resolves. And I'll see you wonderful geesems and goslings in the next one. Bye-bye for now. Stay honked.